Welcome to the CodeX Cantina. I am Una.
And I am the crypto.
The crypto, not to be confused with a crypto.
Yeah.
We wanted to put out our first TBR for the month of October. Excuse our dust while we figure out how to do this. If you guys have hints or whatever, put them in the comments below what we can do to improve. But we picked out what the Spooctacular reads would be for October. And my thoughts going through this... is I didn't want to just pick like a short story that said the word Halloween or something like that. And I wanted to do something that was either chilling or having to deal with death, something to do with more of the idea of Halloween than the actual physical Halloween holiday itself. Christmas has Rudolph, right? There's no, besides like the Nightmare on Christmas, right? Is there really that many, like, this is the Halloween story everyone knows? Like, I feel like it's a little bit more...
The Raven?
Well, I'm glad you brought that up because I have 4 short stories for us to do. I don't know if you're going to be up for all 4. We'll talk about that. But with this channel, we'll cover all 4 short stories, and we've got 2 novels.
Okay.
And speaking of The Raven, another famous work by that author.
The Telltale Heart.
We are doing The Telltale Heart for October. We're going to put that out right before Halloween. Do you remember The Telltale Heart?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I don't. Like, I vaguely recall it. So this will be a new experience for me because I don't think I've read it since, like, high school. So it's been a while for me.
Being a high school teacher, that kind of lends itself to that. So, yeah.
I've got 2 short stories by Ray Bradbury. For those that don't know or could use a refresher on him, he was a big influence on Stephen King. So a lot of his stories had kind of like a chilling or eerie ending to it. Think H.G. Wells type thing. So we've picked out 2 by him, A Sound of Thunder, which is probably one of the most important short stories of all time. Have you heard about this one?
Yes, this is the one that is like off the Asian idea of the one thing affects another, right? Like the domino effect.
Yeah, what you may not. I mean, that idea's been around for a while, but he was one of the... I would argue that he helped pioneer that concept. The Butterfly Effect from a science perspective didn't come out for, I want to say it was like 9 or 10 years later after he wrote this piece. Yeah. So this was an important one, and we'll get into that when we read that. And I also picked out The Veldt.
I've never heard of that one.
Okay.
I've never heard of that one. I've actually never read any of his stuff.
Oh, I think you're in for a treat. I think you're going to like it. The Veldt is kind of like a haunting look at reality and a simulated reality.
Oh, cool. Matrix is my favorite movie of all time, so...
Okay.
I'm
so this is gonna be a little bit more intense for that. We have... oh my gosh, I lied. We have 5 short stories. I just one-upped you right there. So
Jeez.
I picked out Boogie Pop by Kohei Kadano, which is a Japanese light novel. And I know you're familiar with Shinigami, because I know you've read, or at least seen, the anime for Death Note. This deals with that concept as well. It's a little bit more episodic, where each chapter leads clues to what the overall plot is. I've never read it before, so this is just kind of going on what other people told me. And I know that it's one of those things that the publisher has put this out, and enough people buy it, they'll put out more. And I know it's very, very famous and supposed to be very, very well regarded in terms of kind of starting the light novel craze. So I'll be checking out that one. I don't know if you'll be joining. We'll figure that out later, but it'll be on this channel. And then we also have The Death of Ivan Ilyich.
That sounds familiar, but...
Good old Leo Tolstoy.
Okay.
It's one of his more famous ones, and the reason why I picked this one is I was kind of thumbing through some of the logic behind some Leo Tolstoy stories.
Without spoilers, give me like the 1-sentence synopsis, because I think I've read this, or I know this story.
Think of it as we're going through a man dying. It's called The Death of Ivan Ilyich, right?
Yeah.
What hooked me was when I was reading kind of like when the translator notes, because there's a couple translations, they're talking about how the core word for corpse and death in Russian are like the same.
Okay.
So that provided some interesting translation challenges.
Okay.
I was just in. I was hooked from that, so I want to check that one out. I know it's not always regarded as the first Tolstoy work to start with, but we'll see, and in particular if you're going to join me on that one. We'll see how that one goes. But dealing with death, corpses, it's very Halloween-y in spirit, so I thought that would be a good one.
Yeah, I'll try to join with most of these except for the Shimigashi.
The light novels are probably going to be a me thing, but that's okay.
No, I'll jump in there with a few of them, I think, because I think that I can get through those and stuff. And I really want to read Ray Bradbury, and Tolstoy would be cool. So I should be able to do both, some of those. And
Yeah. All right, now for novels, we are going to be finishing up The Reavers. I think when this video comes out, we will have just finished the second video on that, so we'll have just pushed out chapters 2 through 4. So we'll finish up The Reavers for this month, and we're going to then start into the idea of not virtual reality, but the idea of humanity being replaced with machines. Player Piano, Kurt Vonnegut's first novel ever. Wonderful, wonderful read, and I can't wait to check that out.
Yeah, I'm excited for that one.
Now, this will be your first Vonnegut novel. I know we've done 2 short stories. This is your first full-length adventure with him, right?
Yes, this is my first novel with Vonnegut.
Good old Kurt. Good old Kurtie.
No, it sounds like an amazing lineup for the month. I think that everybody should be really excited about this and try to join us as many as possible. And I'll try to make the your one-man band a duet some of those times, because I think I should have a little bit more time on my hands going forward. So,
no worries. And if you ever want to do a one-man show yourself,
I'm not that talented.
Oh, shucks now.
You're the brains, I'm the beauty.
Well, all right, guys. Thanks for checking it out this month. Please pick up those books if you want to read along with us. Happy readings.
Bye.